please welcome to the stage Dr. Christina Waters.
Good afternoon. It is such a pleasure to be here, and I have to say, I am just amazed with all of the people that have really joined this groundswell of advocacy and really wanting to make a change in the rare disease community. And it's just amazing that we've grown so much, or Nicole's organization has really grown this event in such a large way. So I wanted to just start out and really focus on what rare science is. And rare science exists to catalyze and be the ultimate catalyst for the development of effective treatments, and also provide a common information platform. And I know that sounds like a lot, and we're going to go through that quickly in 15 minutes, but slowly enough so that everybody can understand. And I really appreciate the people that are very interested in the science that is a possibility for the rare disease community. So rare science has taken on a big challenge, not alone, but with you. As you listen to this presentation, think about the ideas and the thoughts that come to your mind on how we can help you. As our model is to leverage what we have created with other foundations and collaborations, which we will demonstrate today, and continually create new solutions to break down the obstacles that you and your foundations are facing today, because we know that they are the obstacles that the whole rare disease community are facing. So what is rare? Why are we here? We all know that there is an urgent need for rapid diagnostics and new approaches to more effective therapies. What is the need? An efficient approach that accelerates research and discovery to patients, not just building synergies and understanding how we come together to accelerate the process, but also new approaches scientifically that will guide us to new discoveries so that we can attack these diseases in a completely different way. Who does this help? We're actually working with patients, patient advocates, families, foundations, researchers, and clinicians. And how are we different? We're actually creating what we call the Rare Hub. And the Rare Hub is a centralized location in which provides tools to the community to actually catalyze, as I mentioned, different ways to build effective treatments and to serve as a common informational platform across all of the foundations that are working in the rare disease space. The challenges that I think we've already talked about today, and everybody's very well aware of, is that inherent in rare disease, we have small amounts of patients, we have small amounts of samples, we have a lot of information that is located in different organizations all over the world. We also have a lack of research coordination because there isn't the ability for different groups to communicate in an efficient way. And there is a desperate need to take a new look at how you build and address the urgency of creating new diagnostics quickly and then translating these discoveries to new therapeutics. So the Rare Hub, which we're going to talk about in just a minute, and I'll demonstrate that, the capabilities actually address each of the challenges that are listed on here on this slide. And it enables the ability not only to create efficiencies, but to actually shorten the time between a new discovery within research and application to a patient. This is the very high level of picture of the Rare Hub, and it is a centralized, maybe this will help, a centralized access point for rare disease tools. And it's very important to note that our first and foremost interaction and relationship is with the patient community and what we hear from the patient community. What are the obstacles that we need to overcome to address diagnostics and therapies. We listen to what those challenges are, and we build solutions that go directly back to that foundation that we're working with. We also, obviously, work with the research community, and there is an interaction of data that comes from each individual project that goes into the Rare Hub will move out into an open access place for the research community to collaborate and build partnerships. And that is contingent on the research community actually feeding back to the Rare Hub. So we have a constantly growing knowledge base of information that we can use not only for particular projects, but across different foundations that have similar biology. So the key point is the patient community needs drive the new capabilities that we build within the Rare Hub, and then the research community data sharing drives collaboration and growth of knowledge for the community. I'm going to focus on 3 of our capabilities. The first one is the research information and coordination. Analytics is the second, and then discovery. Each of these capabilities came from a foundation. We listened to what they needed, and then we built it. So for the first project that we'd been working on, this research information and coordination, it's to enable a centralized access and coordination of diverse research activities. And it came from the voices of the congenital disorders of deglycosylation, sorry about that, and working directly with the Grace Wilsey Foundation, the Bertrand Mite Research Foundation, and the Mites are here today. And they've been just tremendous in support of supporting the research moving forward. And then also, obviously, the Sanford Burnham, where we have Hud Freeze really leading a lot of the research efforts as well. You will see Matt and Hud at the final panel tomorrow afternoon. So in response to the challenges we heard from them, we brought to them the ability to have a secure location for storage of different types of data from both the patient and also for research. We also provided a one-stop access point to support the coordination of multiple research organizations that include information, consents, where are the samples coming from, where do the samples need to go. And this, demonstrated in this map, is where all of these things that we needed to, all of these different organizations and patients that we needed to coordinate. So it's not just coordinating information in one location. Rare disease has no boundary, so we have to create a way in which we really interact and build organizations' communication. We also built a user-friendly interface for new patient onboarding that patients and advocates and their parents can utilize. We also have a consolidated view for the research labs, and we're compliant to privacy personal data sharing policies. In addition, we have permissions controlled that are actually determined by the data owners. We're going to give a demonstration anytime. We have a booth in the back where you can come by and schedule a demonstration of what that looks like, and this is just some screenshots. In the sake of time, I'm going to whiz through this slide. Our second project that we built was in relationship to the Foundation for Prader-Willi Research, where we needed to enable the analysis of different types of data across multiple organizations. They are a fantastic organization that funds many different researchers at different institutes, but the data is then held at those institutes. And so what we wanted to create and enable was a way for them to share the data in a neutral way and actually also aggregate public data that's already in the community. So what we built was we're in the process of building an informational platform that accepts diverse types of data and enables integrated biological analysis, fosters and facilitates coordination and collaboration and partnerships, and again, enables the aggregation or access to existing and new data that's coming around that particular disease. Very complicated slide. It's only to illustrate that we build our own, and we aim to build even more research tools, but we also, it's so important to know that we aren't in any way wanting to reinvent the wheel, but actually leverage a lot of the different current and great solutions that are already out there in the community. So we're constantly building partnerships with these other groups that are building technological solutions as well. Our third capability is our discovery piece, which allows us to enable new and faster approaches of effective treatment. So the first two capabilities really focused on bringing synergy and also efficiency by bringing organizations together to work well. This actual capability allows us to really take a look at how we do discovery research and how we move discovery more directly to the patient in a more immediate way. And we're working with a group called Save John, and this is Lisa Boyette, who just started Save John with Dietrich Stefan. And Save John is a foundation that's focused on primary sclerosing cholangitis. And this is actually a picture of Lisa and her brother that has this disease. And so what she's doing, she's funding her own research to be able to understand the individual's biology so that we will be able to understand other patients that share his similar biology. So what we learn from one disease, we can actually apply to many others. And so really quickly, in summary, the Rare Hub is a centralized access point to tools for the foundations and also for the research community. We're unique in that we're providing centralized access to information, data, and analytic tools. We're bridging communication across organizations. We're leveraging existing knowledge and accelerating new discovery, fostering collaborations and partnerships between key partners and organizations that haven't been working together before, and enabling the ability to shorten the time between discovery and actual impact on the patients. None of us can do this alone, and I have to say I have an amazing group of strategic partners. We have in the room with us today our Amazon group that has been a great and amazing support, and I want those guys to raise their hand because you guys can go talk to them as well. Obviously, we have great support from Nicole's team at Global Genes. They're amazing. We're working also with Effective Dynamics for our software development, Morrison Forrester for our legal, and also Rancho Biosciences for curation and harmonization of data, which is so important when different organizations are trying to talk and share data across different experiments. I'm not going to mention, these are all the great foundations that we're working with right now to build the current capabilities of the Rare Hub. And I hope that from this meeting today that I see a lot more logos representing your foundations next year. And then we also have been working with some great supporters and in conversation for some more collaborations with Anai Systems, Links, and Sharon's here in the room. I don't know where you're sitting, but please look up Sharon. She does individualized medical record curation over a patient's lifetime, a really important aspect of this as well. NIH, lots of discussions, very supported on our open access and data sharing cloud-enabled activities, the Transmart Foundation, and Data for Cure. We're having battery issues. Can you go to the next slide? So on the next slide, when we get there, it is actually to represent my team, which is sitting at the back table here. I can't introduce all of them all in the time that we have left, but they would all love to talk to you. And then Jess is in the back, and we also have our esteemed chair of the board, David Parkinson, as well. And there they are there. And then on the next slide, So this is the big point, is how can we help you? So through your voice and working. Sorry, I get moved.